Hey CWT fam, welcome back to the Chat with T podcast. How are y'all doing? We are officially, we're officially 6 months in, halfway through the year. Yo, how are y'all goals coming? I keep looking at my vision board. I have my vision board posted up on my wall, and I'm actually getting a lot of stuff done now. If you feel like you're not achieving much, don't worry, because we still have another 6 months to go. So you have plenty of time to get yourself together, to apply some more pressure to your goals. I believe in you. And you know what? Your life can do a whole 180 within the next few months. Like, you just never know. So today we have a special guest. Her name is Deja, aka Beja. She is joining us today as we have a chat about toxic relationships. She shares her experiences, her insight, her wisdom on what she has dealt with, and she also gives some advice for people who maybe have dealt with a toxic relationship. And listen, she was gem dropping this entire episode. Deja also has a YouTube and a Instagram. She has two. I will link Deja's Instagram and also her YouTube channel in the description box so that you guys can go check her out. I truly believe that you are going to enjoy Deja's content. Like, she's amazing. Hello.
Hello.
Yay! Hi, Deja.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, I'm good. Alrighty, so Deja, tell the fam a little bit about you and where they can find you.
So my name is Deja, or you can call me Beja.
Mm.
You can follow me on Instagram at Deja Deja period Me. You can find me on YouTube at Zodiac Oasis, or follow my astrology page on Instagram as well, Zodiac period Oasis.
Yay! Okay, and I will link all of Deja's info in the description box. All right, let's get right into this because I've been waiting for us to have this conversation.
Girl.
Because after I watched your toxic video on YouTube, I was like, hold up. I think this would be a good combo for us because you've experienced it. And I think that you can give us some really good insight.
Girl.
Alrighty, so I'm going to list some examples of toxic traits just to keep in the back of your head. So, manipulation, being judgmental, negativity, selfishness, lying, cheating, playing victim, controlling, sense of entitlement, self-centered, difficulty managing their anger, and they make you feel bad about yourself. So, when did you first realize that you were in a toxic relationship?
So one of the first signs that I realized I was in a toxic relationship was when I really stopped hanging out with my friends. Like, I was completely only with my partner. Like, I literally never seen my friends, barely spoke to them, barely talked to them, because he was just so controlling. Anytime I spoke to literally anyone, even family sometimes, like my uncles, like men in my family, like I was just like completely isolated. That was like the main sign, like when he was literally like my life.
Damn, oh my God. Okay, and when you realized in that moment that he did have issues of being controlling, did you end things or did you wait to see if things would change?
That's a issue that I have. I don't, like I just let things build up, unfortunately. So I did stay in it. And I also felt like in the short amount of time that I was in that relationship, I had lost a lot of stuff. So I didn't want to just let go of the
Got you.
relationship. Like I had distanced myself from my friends. He had crashed my car, girl. Was beefing with family, and I didn't want to just end the relationship after going through so much. I was just like holding on, hoping that, things would change. But unfortunately, it didn't.
That definitely happens. Did you ever like find yourself blaming yourself for his behavior, which I know is common? Some women, we tend to blame ourselves. Oh, he's cheating, it's because of me. Oh, he's angry, he's being manipulative. Oh, it's all my fault. Like, did you ever find yourself having those feelings?
Yes and no. I always felt like he was fucking crazy. I'm sorry, can I curse on here?
Yeah, go ahead. You're good.
Okay. I always felt like he was crazy, or like, like as time went on, like that he had his own like trauma and issues and just like, and honestly, like mental health, like he was honestly fucked up in the head.
Okay.
But at the same time, I know that I can be an enabler sometimes and, kind of encourage or allow things that I shouldn't allow. So I would say
Oh
yes and
man.
no.
Got you. Okay. Did your friends or family ever say to you that your relationship was toxic, and how did you respond to outside voices? I know everyone always has opinions about who we date and things of that nature. So what was that like for you?
Yes. Definitely, especially like my family, because I don't really bring people that I date around. But
Mm-hmm.
like I said, he crashed my car,
Oh
and this is when
shit.
I was younger, so I was still on my dad's insurance. So they ended up finding out about him,
Oof.
and like so he had no choice but to meet them. And so they were really involved, giving me their opinions. They actually
Mm-hmm.
fought with him, like it was just bad.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I did not know it was that
Yes,
bad.
girl, yes. And of
Oh.
course, my friends, they always be telling me to like ditch the losers. So,
Your homegirls, they gonna be up
hmm
in that ear. I know that's right.
yep. But of course, you don't listen. You listen, but
Mm-hmm.
you don't really take action. Like that's what I did. I just listened, like, yeah, you're right. But then was still like, after they told me that, just go link him and be arguing with him like 20 minutes
Yes.
later.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, if you can go back, like if you were able to rewind time, is there something that you would do differently?
Yeah, I would have listened to my gut and paid attention to the red
Mm-hmm.
flags, because before we even got into the relationship, like the talking stage was already like,
Ooh, okay.
like it was a lot of things that I should have just known were just a little off, or that I
Mm-hmm.
should have just stopped right then and there. But I just kept going.
Nah, it'd be like that. You see a little bit, you're like, oh no, hopefully he'll stop or he'll relax with that. And then y'all get together and he still be doing the shit. Or it'd be like magnified where you have no choice but to adjust it or just let it go.
Yes,
So
yes,
I definitely understand that. Oh my. Um, do you think that you have ever had any toxic moments, and when did you realize that you were toxic, and what work have you done to heal and fix that? Like, I know no one's perfect, so do you think that you've had any toxic traits? Like, for example, I've had issues of being manipulative and I've addressed that.
really.
So yes, Deja, when I like
Oh
sat back
my gosh.
and kind of like examined how I was with men, I had some issues with being manipulative. I really, really did, being twisted. And I'm like, damn, you don't ever notice it when you're like dealing with somebody. But then when you get out of it, I had to sit with myself and really adjust that. So, yes,
Mhm.
I had some manipulation issues.
Dang, I maybe what I was gonna say is manipulative. I don't know how to categorize it, but I know that it is a really bad toxic trait. Is
Mm-hmm.
that I am a terrible communicator. Like if
Oh,
something
okay.
upsets me, I really don't address it. But like after a couple drinks or in the middle of an argument,
Uh-huh.
I'll explode, and then like everything that I was holding in will come out, but it'll come out in a lot of anger. It's
Ooh.
like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just not good at communicating. I'll even ghost you and then like hit you up like nothing happened. Like it's just that's what
Ooh.
I say is like
That's
toxic
been my
trait.
thing too. Ghosting is like a really big thing. Like, I don't want to deal with you. I'm just gonna stop talking to you. And then everybody on the other side is like, well, damn, what happened?
Yes. I hate that. I need to learn how to like speak my mind in the moment and not just like bottle stuff in, because then you can avoid so many problems by just addressing things in the moment calmly instead of,
Hmm.
exploding.
Absolutely. And it could be nerve wracking too. I feel like when you try to adjust shit, I don't know. Like, I know we talked before about not being like good with confrontation. So I totally
Hmm.
understand how it could be a little like shaky with it. But yeah, definitely you want to speak it out before it builds up. And then, you don't want to be all angry, girl. You should keep it as shit.
The Hennessy, girl. No, it really be the Patron. It be the light liquor.
Yes, the alcohol, it just make you a whole different person. Oh my
Yes.
God.
Yo, the guy I talked to, he said that to me and I felt like crazy. I was like, damn, that
Hmm.
made me feel so bad. I'm like, yikes. He told me that.
Oh my God, it done bring out a whole different person.
Yes, the monster, the beast.
Oh my gosh. Are you still cool with your toxic ex? And where do you stand on being
Hell
friends
no.
with your ex? No, like that's it. He's out your life.
Yes. Actually, I
Mm.
have okay. So recently, so the ex that I was just talking about, the crazy one I used to fight with my family and all of that,
Mm-hmm.
I blocked him after that relationship. I blocked him, but recently, like a few weeks ago, in my requested messages, I got a message that said, "Do you remember me?" And there was a private page, so I screenshotted it and I zoomed into the little picture, and it was him, bitch. I was like, "Oh hell no!" And I blocked that page too. I'm like, the devil is working hard.
Oh God! Wait, he came back. You said a few weeks ago during retrograde.
Yes, during retrograde, of course, during
Oh no!
retrograde, of course.
Not him wanting to make a reappearance. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Well, you did right by blocking that. Listen, you don't want no problems. You don't want to have to deal with any of that. So you did good by blocking
Exactly.
that. Okay, but how do you feel about like dating or not dating, being friends with your ex? Like, are you someone that's okay with that, or you're like not with it at all?
Mm, that is hard. I'm honestly not friends with anybody that I've dated or been in a relationship with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I guess I would say I'm cool with some people. Like we don't talk or hang out, but like if I seen them out, I would say hi to them. I don't
Mm-hmm.
feel like you have to be rude to them just because you guys aren't
Absolutely.
together. But I don't
Mm-hmm.
see myself hanging out and kikiing with nobody that I.
Absolutely. Nah, nah. What about if your partner was still like cool with their ex? How would you feel about that?
It really, like I said, they can be cool with them, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like as far as hanging out with them, talking on the phone, having like a strong bond, that's like beyond me. I don't think I'm mature enough for that,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. Of course, I've dated guys with kids, and I would prefer a guy with a good co-parenting relationship,
Yeah.
but it would
Okay.
just have to be, for the child, not for them to have a good relationship,
Exactly.
you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So there would have to be some boundaries, definitely
Yeah,
set into
definitely.
place. Okay. Good. Okay. Ooh, do you think that jealousy is a toxic trait, or is it something that's like normal and healthy?
I feel like jealousy is normal, but I do feel like there's levels to
Mm-hmm.
jealousy because of course you don't want to see your person with anyone else, but I feel
Mm-hmm.
like being so jealous that you completely don't want them to interact with anyone of the opposite sex or anyone who isn't you is where you're just like kind of dragging it, honestly.
Yes. Okay. So it has to be levels to it.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. Because I don't think that it's toxic either, but I think if it reached a certain point where it's not healthy, like you said, where you don't want them talking to the opposite sex at all, I don't think that's healthy, like at
Yeah.
all.
Because then at that point, it's just your insecurities. It goes from being something that's normal to your insecurities
Talk about it.
showing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And now your partner has to suffer.
And
Absolutely.
that honestly would like put a wedge between you guys. If this person, every time they even go to Walgreens and the cashier is a woman and they say hi, it's a problem, then they're not going to want to deal with you.
Yes. Nah, that will definitely cause some problems. Oh my God, not a cashier at Walgreens.
Yes, girl.
What were the traits that your toxic partner had that you're able to easily identify now? And others, I don't know if you're like back in the dating game, you're trying to see what's out there. Have you ever seen any toxic traits in the people that you've been dating?
I'm not dating right now,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like I'm at a point where I don't want to say I'm ready for a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like I've gone through a lot
Yes.
so that I don't know, I feel like whatever's next for me is going to be a good relationship because I've
Yes.
gone through so much
Mm-hmm.
bullshit.
I know that's right.
But definitely controlling because that's something that is was like a main theme, and not only just that ex, but a lot of the guys that I've dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
Jealousy. When I go out, even if I'm like going out for like something simple, but it's a problem because I'm not with you, that's like a red flag. It's just not trusting me, even though I never gave you a reason not to trust me. That's definitely a red flag.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Making rude comments or trying to nitpick at me as well. I've had a guy try to do that, like try to tear me down or try to like say,
Ew.
yeah, try to
I
say
hate
little
men.
comments to try to
Mm-hmm.
make me feel bad. But obviously you with me because you like me, so whatever you saying is irrelevant. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Oh my God.
Um, yeah, just it's just little things, and also just like my gut because I always get the feeling,
Mm-hmm.
but I always ignore it. So I just
Ooh,
know.
yes. Trust that intuition. Oh,
Exactly.
girl. I love that though. You're more aware now. So, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes, yes. That's awesome. Okay, what does a healthy relationship look like to you? And growing up, did you ever have an example of what a healthy relationship looked like?
So a healthy relationship for me, well, honestly, the main thing that I would look for, especially in my next relationship, is like balance and an equal give and take. Because
Mm,
honestly, I feel like I'm an earth sign. We're really giving and we try to
yes.
do a lot for people.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I would need someone who is able to bring a lot to the table, like how I feel like I bring a lot to the table, instead of me
Yes.
constantly doing things for other people or showing that I like the other person and they just kind of think that that's just what comes with dealing with me instead of
Mm-hmm.
giving that same energy back. So I would definitely need it to have some sort of like, equal give and take in the relationship. Um, for me, my love language is like words of affirmation. So I would need
Oh.
someone to,
Mm-hmm.
show me love through that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like that's mainly the balance. I just need someone that's really gonna,
Match your energy.
yeah,
Hell
definitely.
yeah. I know that's right. Someone that's going to reciprocate everything that you're doing.
Yes.
Yes, yes. That is so important. That is so, so, so important.
And I'm trying to think, have I seen healthy relationship in my life? I don't know. I feel like my parents are still together. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like when I was younger, their relationship was really rocky. Now that me and my brother are older, I can see that they're kind of growing closer.
Okay.
Um, my mom, now that she's older, she's a lot more confident in herself. My
Mm-hmm.
dad is more inside. He's not outside, going out anymore. He's
Mm-hmm.
spending more time with my mom. So,
Yeah.
and they be hanging out together, laughing together. Like they're after all the years they're really forming like a friendship in their marriage, so
Mm-hmm.
it's nice to see that. So like maybe not when I was younger, but now that I'm older I'm starting to see that like within my household, so that's good.
Beautiful. That's so awesome. And so, some of the things that you see in the relationship, is that something that you're trying to take from them into when you get into your relationship?
Yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely. Like I said, the balance. My dad is definitely, a provider. He makes sure that, my mom doesn't want for
Yes.
nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever she wants, she gets. Because she plays her part as a wife, so he makes sure that he does the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, and like I said, they're building a friendship. That's also something that I look for within a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
is like that bond, being able to talk to them about anything, have fun with them, things like that.
Okay, I have a question in my head because of what you said.
Hmm.
Okay, so growing up, you said that your parents, it was a little bit rocky, but now it's like much better. They're getting more closer, things of that nature.
Yes.
So I don't know. How do you feel about like sticking things out until they get better? Because I know sometimes we do stay because we do think that things will get better, but then things actually don't really get all that better, or it just kind of stays the same. So, what do you feel about like sticking it out and trying to just wait and see if things are going to actually like get better?
I feel like it honestly depends. When I say they had Rocky, it wasn't like he cheated or had a baby
Mm-hmm.
on her or something that
Okay,
you just can't come back from. It was
got you.
nothing like that. It was just kind of like, when you're with someone for a long time, you guys may feel like, damn, like we're arguing a lot. Can we make it through this? And they said, yeah, and they
Mm,
worked through it that way, So it was just seeing them kind of feel like they weren't sure if they wanted to be together and then realizing that they do want to be together and then making it work that way. I feel like when it's some things that like cheating that really tear you down, or somebody having a baby on you, or
yes.
something extreme like that, that's when you're just like, okay, no, there's
Mm-hmm.
somebody out there that's not going to treat me that way. But if it's like a
Yes.
bump in the road and you feel like you guys can make it through and it's not that deep, then yeah, definitely. But some shit you just know in your heart that just fucked you up.
Yes, I love your insight. So we both know that cheating is just something you're not coming back from. Like that's it.
Yeah, I think
Major
just
deal
at
breaker.
that point, yeah, you just are always gonna feel like
Mm-hmm.
if they're doing something. It's just like that's just something that's really gonna fuck up the trust for the rest of the relationship.
What is something that's toxic but people try to normalize? We already know that everybody trying to normalize cheating and this shit ain't normal. So what is something else that you think? I should say this generation and specifically tries to normalize, but it should not be normalized at all.
Putting your hands on each other.
Ooh, talk about it.
Definitely. People
Mm-hmm.
always try to normalize that, like putting your hands on your guy or a guy beating up a woman. And like,
Mm-hmm.
I heard a girl say when I was back in college, she got into a fight and she said, "I don't care. My nigga beat my ass like this all the time. Like, you shouldn't be happy about that. Like, that's not
No.
something you
Oh my
should brag
gosh.
about at all." And I'm like, no way. No way she just said that. Like, she just said that like that was something that she was just so
Mm-mm.
happy about.
She too far gone. I definitely feel
Yeah.
like I know that I don't play about putting your hands on each other at all. But I feel like some women are just way too comfortable with hitting men, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
like no, they shouldn't really hit you back. Because I know men obviously physically they're like stronger, but oh my god, please keep your hands to yourself. And I mean, women
Yes.
are really I don't know. I've seen plenty of videos of women like trying to fight men and hitting them, but it's just like yo, you hit the wrong guy.
He's
That's
gonna
gonna be
knock you
the end
out.
of you, girl.
Yo.
That's gonna be the end.
Yo.
That's gonna be the end. Oh my god. Nah, they gotta stop with that.
And I know I said I'd be going crazy, I'd be getting angry, but I've never put my hands on a guy.
Never laid your hands on a man. I know
No.
that's right. I might do some work with my mouth, like cussing
Yeah.
you out, getting crazy, but
I might
I
have slammed a
never.
couple doors.
Yes, but we ain't never put our hands on a man. I know that's
Hello?
right.
Yeah, that's so funny. But
That's funny.
seriously,
Yeah, nah, that shit gotta stop. All right, what is your advice to people who are in a toxic relationship, and who are trying to maybe get out of one or try to heal from one? What would you say to them?
um, I would just tell them that, because sometimes when you're in a relationship, especially when you're in one for a long time, you may feel
Mm-hmm.
like there's nobody else out there for you because you're just so comfortable. But let me tell you, girl,
Mm-hmm.
there's a nigga out there that's not going to stress you out, that's going to be everything that you want, everything that the nigga that you're stressing over is not. So just got to let go of that dead weight. And you got to
Mm-hmm.
heal yourself, not jumping into another relationship,
Yes,
learning
talk
from the
about
things that
that.
you've been
Yes.
through. Okay. Because if you just hop into another relationship without healing yourself, without
Mm-hmm.
identifying your toxic traits, the things that you did that kind of attracted this person in towards you, because that's another thing
Mm-hmm.
that I realized too when dating is that I attracted these guys to me. Like, I'm not just a perfect person
Yes.
and I just choose the wrong guys. These are lessons that, these people were put into my life to teach me so that I can eventually get to the guy that I deserve. Kind of
Yes.
identifying the things that you need to heal in yourself, going
Mm-hmm.
all the way back, like to childhood, the things that you witnessed, the
Yes.
things that people
Yes.
said to you that kind of, fucked up your confidence and the way you
Mm-hmm.
felt about yourself, that kind of led you to kind of just take what your toxic relationship is given to you, basically, if I worded that right. but
Yes. No, that was perfect.
yeah, it's like if you were told that you ain't shit and then you just deal with guys who treat you like you ain't shit. That's an issue. So now you have to treat yourself like you are that bitch and you're going to attract the guy that treats you like you're that bitch. So it all starts
Yes.
honestly with yourself.
With you. Yes,
Hmm.
Deja. That was perfect. Yes. Well, you talked about like attracting the wrong people. So do you think that how do I say this? You are what you attract, or is that what I'm trying to
Yes, I do feel that way. And
say? Mm-hmm.
honestly, I remember when I first made my Instagram page, I had gotten into it with some people in the comments because they started bringing up, abusive relationships and things like that. How,
Mm-hmm.
people don't deserve that. And of course, you don't deserve to attract an abusive person in your life. That's not what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
But they usually gravitate towards very vulnerable women. You know what
Yes.
I mean?
Okay. Yep.
So
Yep.
it's not
Yep.
that you deserve it, it's that they know that you're very vulnerable. They know that, you have these insecurities that keep you in that relationship. So they're preying on the weaknesses that they feel and attract in your energy. You know what I mean? So it's
Deja.
like just understanding that portion will really help you, get out of that situation and not attract that type of situation again.
Yes, you are full of so much wisdom. Jesus, that was so good. I expected nothing less, though.
Thank you, girl. Thank you.
You're welcome. That was good. Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. You sound very healed and, very insightful and much more wiser. So that's beautiful.
Yes, we
I
are
love
leveling
that.
up, girl.
I know that's right. Mm-mm-mm. And just the last question. Did you find that after you ended your relationship, the blessings just started rolling in?
Yes, girl. I definitely do feel that way. I feel like that's how I got into the whole, like, spirituality,
Yes.
tarot, astrology things that you know, I don't want to say is my career. I do it as a
Mm-hmm.
business part time.
Mm-hmm.
But it is leading me towards, my life purpose, my goals,
Yes.
things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I feel the same way. That's so
mhm.
awesome. Yes. Oh my God. Did you have your spiritual awakening?
Yeah, I did. I had my spiritual awakening after my last situation, not the psycho guy from before,
Mm-hmm.
but my most recent situation. I feel like that situation was just like I told him he was like the master level. Like he was the he was the last level that I had to crack before I got to,
Oh
where
my
I
God.
am right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh Lord, we're gonna talk about that because that spiritual awakening ain't no fucking joke.
Yes.
Oh my God, girl. Alrighty, Deja, thank you so much for being here with us and sharing your insight
Yes.
and your wisdom and some laughs.
It's always fun with you.
I know that's right.
Yep.
All right, honey, I'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right.
Alrighty, bye.
Bye.